Kieran Piggott, thanks for coming over to see us in the Combat Sports Centre this afternoon. Kieran, you are very well known to everyone at this club. You're a very well-known, respected coach at the Combat Sports Centre, and you've got a long, illustrious career behind you already. You've been training in kickboxing since a very young age at the Combat Sports Centre for Gilmore's fight team. You had a great amateur career, tracking back to the days of tournaments where you picked up junior world titles, and then you moved across to K1 and you picked up every title there was to win in K1, winning the world amateur title shortly before turning pro as a K1 fighter. Your pro debut went very well. You fought against a Greek German, and he was a strong opponent. And you gave a very, very good account of yourself, and that went really, really well. Obviously, being your trainer, I'm familiar with the physical transitions that needed to be made going from the amateurs to the pros. And that pro debut went very well. You put your opponent down a couple of times. You won unanimously. How has your training changed since that first fight, going into your second fight, if at all?
So I've had a little bit of time off, obviously, over like Christmas and stuff. But I've used that time off to probably try and grow a bit of the weight, get a little bit stronger at the weight, because obviously I fight 57 kilos. It's quite a light weight, but the boys there at on the pro scene are all quite big. So I know I had to make those few adjustments, increase my power a little bit. I feel like I increased my power quite well on my last few fights anyway. So just keep topping that, keep getting bigger for the weight.
And when you say you had time off as well, it wasn't kind of just time off and doing absolutely nothing. You were actually in Thailand, weren't you?
Yeah, so it's time off competing. But obviously I was still training. I had 2 weeks in Thailand where I was travelling from gym to gym, getting some really good training, learning a new kind of style and adapting that to my style, adding new tools to the locker.
But your second pro fight is on March the 22nd, and it's in Birmingham, and it's on a Strictly Business show. We'll talk a bit more about that in the future, but we talked about the physical adaptations. How do you mentally prepare for a big fight like this?
Mentally prepare now it's different. Now I'm pro, because I'm looking a little bit more at the bigger picture. Do you know what I mean? Like I look at the likes of like One Championships, Glory, and that's where I want to be in the future. So I just like take each fight as it goes, obviously win by win, but try not to get too locked into it. So like look at the bigger picture, win each fight as it goes.
And without giving too much away to any potential opponents, your performance in your pro debut really turned a lot of heads. What aspects of your game since your pro debut would you say you've improved most on?
I'd say my power. Definitely my power, and like my ring presence. I'm a lot bigger in the ring. Do you know what I mean? I absorb the shots better. Give the shots back a lot better, and I feel like my timing as well. Power is one thing, but it's been able to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like answering back at the right times, because K1 sometimes can turn into a bit of a kickboxing conkers. People just stand in front of each other and take shot for shot. Whereas I look at it, it's throw the right shot at the right time. And that's what I feel like I've really started to knock down on that.
So timing beats power.
Timing beats power.
And if you have the strength to actually move an opponent back, then you're more likely to time a shot.
Exactly, yeah.
Good, okay. We're expecting another great turnout from KP's Barmy Army on March the 22nd. It's actually the first time you fought on what, for all intents and purposes, is our club's home show, Strictly Business show. The last time I look back, you fought on a Strictly Business show was 2019. How much of an effect does having such a vocal band of supporters have on your performance?
It's good. It's really good. Like, if you look at the past, we've been all over the country.
We have.
Been all over the world, really. And I'm lucky enough to have such good supporters and a friendship group that will go wherever I go. So I'm expecting a really big, noisy crowd in Birmingham, March the 22nd.
Yeah, because it's a good show as well, isn't it? It's a big venue.
Massive
it's
venue.
A good location. Big after party afterwards as well.
Yeah.
So don't be going into town afterwards. Everyone needs to stick around for that after party.
And doing the DJ set. He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lively after party.
So and in terms of the kind of the volume and the noise and the support, does that motivate you when you're in the ring? Does that get you going?
Of course, yeah. Especially like my last fight was in Birmingham as well. So like obviously that's kind of like the hometown, and then it being our own show as well. I've got people like that are coming to watch me, but I've also got people from the gym Do you know what I mean? So it's just a bit of, like, extra fire.
Yeah.
You can't lose in front of it, like, people that, you know, that you're coaching and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're a role model at the gym.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It adds a little bit of fuel to the fire.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely.
A lot more exciting.
And looking at the bigger picture, we haven't confirmed exactly who you're going to be fighting. There's a few people names put forward, but no one's actually put pen to paper yet.
Yeah.
That'll probably be finalised tomorrow. But that division at the moment is really hotting up.
Yeah.
There's previous opponents of yours in the amateurs have now turned pro,
Yeah.
and there was a good fight last night, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 lads at your weight.
2 lads, 57 kilos. I think they just won a British title. Like, definitely later on in the year, that's who I'd look at putting myself against.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like I might have lost to a few people in the amateurs now, or like in the past, sorry, but I've come on miles from there. Do you know what I mean? I definitely fancy myself against a few of those lads. So
your paths could cross sooner.
Yeah.
Possibly by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, yeah.
Excellent. And finally, anyone that wants to come and support you on March the 22nd, what do they need to do?
Either drop me a message. If you look after a couple of tickets, I've still got a few spaces on some of the tables. If you've got already a table of 10, just go straight through the link. But if you're confused on how to get the tickets, just drop me a message and I'll put you in the right direction.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Kieran.
Us.